Hey, salut friends. Today we are taking a look at French Lover or Bois d'Orage from Frederic Malle, or if I have to be fancy, Édition Parfums Frederic Malle. This was a 2007 release by the legendary Pierre Bourdon, who is of course known for many French fragrances like Cool Water, Green Irish Tweed, Cool Rose, Féminité du Bois, etc. This was supposed to be his last fragrance, after which he wanted to retire to writing. He has talked about how he was persuaded by his friends and peers to consult and even put out a line under his own name since then, but I feel like this is his last bona fide release. Now, Frederic Malle is probably my favorite house. I like the way he works directly with perfumers in this meticulous, mechanical way. The stories behind the fragrances, the aesthetics of the brand, the artistic connotations, all that just clicked with me. Now, between Bourdon and Frederic Malle, they go way back. Their parents worked together at Parfums Dior. Bourdon was the first person that Frederic called when he was launching his house. And on top of that, they've also done Iris Poudre together. Now, when it comes to French Lover or Bois d'Orage, the backstory itself is quite something. Frederic Malle worked with Jean-Claude Ellena on the green, spicy, woody, musky theme using Angelica and Cedar with Angélique sous la pluie, and later thought they could push it further and make a more intense, darker, masculine take on this theme. That is when Jean-Claude Ellena had been offered the position of in-house perfumer at Hermès and could not continue to work for others. But Frederic wanted to pursue the idea anyway and took it to Pierre Bourdon, who did his own take on this theme, and voila, you have French Lover. So what do I get here? This one opens fresh and spicy with just a little tang of something like bergamot. The more prominent notes in the opening are pimento and black pepper, with some hints of other spices like clove, nutmeg and some bay leaves, which give it that sharpness, spiciness, some bite and lift right away in the opening. Then the overarching green theme of the fragrance becomes clear with Angelica, juniper and galbanum joining those spices. The Angelica in here is musky, slightly earthy, herbal, with almost vegetal, celery, fennel, salad-like nuances. Then you have the galbanum, which is intensely green, bitter, resinous, rooty, with some balsamic nuances. Then there is juniper, which is a little pungent, green and woody. These three notes together really complement each other. Very natural, aromatic smelling, green, outdoorsy, like you just kicked open a door to a botanical garden kind of vibe. This combination of spicy and green notes is what is dominant for the first 15 minutes or so. Though it is fresh, lively and brisk, there is this dry, coarse, crunchy texture in the background from the get-go, with the eventual woody base which provides this rugged quality to it, like you just crushed some stalks, twigs and roots together. Till this point, it has quite some similarities to Angélique sous la pluie. Now, when you go through the mid is when things take a turn. You get what I think is one of the best demonstration of what this note can do, and that is the iris. It really brings together the different facets, the spiciness, muskiness, bitterness, the slight powderiness, and really rounds off those sharp edges and keeps them from getting abrasive. The iris with these facets gives it that slightly dusty yellow hue with turmeric water kind of undertones, I would say. Now, as you enter the dry down, the spices take a back step. You start to get the traditionally stronger notes. The way they are done here is very much in the style that Pierre was experimenting with in the 80s and 90s, where he had moved on from his Kouros days. You can see this in his Creed creations, where he takes these notes of woods, incense, amber, which can easily get heavy and dark and make them come across smooth, streamlined and almost effortless. In the mid, I also get the incense with this radiance, fresh, slightly resinous, crystalline, sappy and camphorous, not too heavy, dark or smoky or the churchy kind. It kind of hovers over the other notes. Then you get the cedar, which is dry, textured, fibrous, slightly grainy and obviously woody. The overall impression of the scent, which was predominantly green till this point, becomes more camouflaged with the woody notes. The cedar incense combo was really having a moment in the 2000s with the release of Gucci Pour Homme Comme des Garçons 2 Man a little earlier. But then I find this one having similarities with some 2010s cedar incense combos like Royal Wood made by Pierre's apprentice Julien Rasquinet, then Papyrus Wood, which is a remake of Gucci Pohrom by Michel Almerac, even Bois Mystique by Luca Maffei. There was this fresh but charcoal burnt match like darkness behind the cedar incense combo in this one, and I thought to myself, is there a possibility this has a wood note? Then I saw this video.
Après, on a greffé tout ce côté un peu moyen-oriental, cette culture du oud, de l'encens, du ciste, etc., qui fait très méditerranéen et qui fait très golfe Persique.
Turns out it does. Just does not come across as your typical Western oud though, just a nuance. Now as you go through the dry down, there is this ambery dry quality to it. Again, not vanillic, sweet or dense, but this light amber labdanum character. Some dry, rooty, earthy vetiver which cements the woody facets, gives them structure. Just a hint of oak moss with some earthiness without being swampy or overtly vintage. Some gentle but coarse patchouli, giving that bold edge. All rounded off by some big musks which give it that dispersed quality. The overall scent is quite textured, almost like a jute rope. You feel the friction when you hold it, kind of a thing. This spicy woody scent with musks and some resinous nuances is how the scent closes out. The performance is just fine, lasts about 6 to 7 hours on my skin with decent projection for an hour and gets close to the skin immediately after and turns to a skin scent by the 6-hour mark. Suited for spring and fall, I would say, so more of a neutral season kind of a scent, daytime for semi-casual occasions. More traditionally masculine leaning for me because of the woodiness from the vetiver, cedar, incense, patchouli with that gruff, tumbled character to it. But of course, we all wear what we like. In fact, Frederic and Pierre later realized that they have taken a lot of inspiration from Miss Dior, which both of their mothers used to wear. As for my overall thoughts, I really like it. It is classy, modern, and also timeless. Does not shout for a masculine woody scent, just like someone is murmuring in your ears. It is impressive how Pierre Bourdon was able to integrate a wide range of scent profiles, green notes, woods, resins, spices, throw some wood in there and still make it come across effortless and not disorganized. Now what kind of setting this reminds me of? Imagine you're about to cross through a rainforest or a wild botanical garden. It is sunny when you enter it, and as you go through, you see some raindrops, then a proper rain, then you get this short burst of clear thunderstorm, and as you're walking, you're taking in all these smells. And by the time you reach the last leg of your walk, it starts to gradually slow down. The sun comes out and starts to heat up everything. You feel the warmth from it, and when you exit this stretch of land, you have it in your hindsight, and it's almost like it never happened. This is the Bois d'Orage part of the fragrance. The French lover part is that of a masculine, assertive, charming man. In fact, a lady friend of Frederic called him French lover during the tests apparently, and he has said that during the creation of the scent he had a character from the Franco-Italian movie called Le Feu Foulé, or A Fire Within. The character is called as Alain Leroy, played by Maurice Rounet, and directed by his uncle Louis Malle. I kind of like that, but every men's fragrance has this seductive, sexy guy shtick. So though I like the name French lover, I find Bois d'Orage more interesting. Overall, it is a fantastic fragrance, I think, and a fitting curtain call for Pierre Bourdon. Definitely a top 10 from the house for me. So that has been my review of French lover or Bois d'Orage. Thanks for watching. Until I see you with another video, take care and goodbye.
La construction de French Lover, je l'ai un petit peu évoqué, c'est l'angélique puisque c'était la thématique de départ, avec tout un côté musqué assez savoureuse. Et puis on a le patchouli et le galbanum qui n'y avait pas dans angélique et qui vient directement avec le vétiver, qui vient directement du Miss Dior de Christian Dior. pense que c'est un pur chef-d'œuvre.